Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to If It Pops Is Culture for the second time. This is episode 9. I'm your host, Mike. I got with me Captain Garfield and Chattis. How you doing, guys?
Doing good.
Yeah, doing pretty good today.
Yeah, we had a technical difficulty there with that startup. I don't know what happened with the scheduled part, but I'll figure that out later. All right, since it's October and Halloween is my favorite holiday, let's go ahead and start off with the Resident Evil live action reboot. Y'all heard about it?
I had definitely looking forward to it.
I am all ears.
Okay. Well, see, I'm not really a Resident Evil fan. I played the game, sure, back in the day. I like the movies, but only because of the actress whose name I can't pronounce. But that's okay. For this reboot, let's see if I can get this to come up here. Let's see. Let's do it this way. I'll just post the link.
I'm actually in kind of in luck here because I just finished watching the every Resident Evil film recently up until this point.
Oh, okay.
Including the CG ones, so I have a bit of a frame of reference here.
All right, there's the link. I don't know if y'all can click on it or if you have to copy it. So for the reboot, we've got a girl I don't know, Kayla Scodelario. Then we've got Robbie Amell. Where'd you go? Hannah John Kamen, Tom Hopper, Yvonne Joga, and Neil McDonough. McDonough, I can't pronounce his name either. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Anyway, so I don't know the first girl. Robbie Amell. We lost Chattis.
We did.
Yep. Let's see. There he goes.
Oh,
we lost you there.
Yeah, like when I clicked the link, it redirected me out of the.
Oh,
chat.
That's horrible. Okay.
Anyways, I've read an article about it, so I'm aware of it.
Okay. Robbie Amell, everybody knows that's Stephen Amell's cousin, I think, right? Cousin or brother? I think it's his cousin. And then that Hannah John Kamen girl, she played Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I've seen her. I liked her character, even though a lot of people are like, "Oh, she was horrible." Well, it was Ant-Man and the Wasp. Come on. Then you got Tom Hopper. He played in Umbrella Academy. I think that's the only thing I've seen him in, but I like his acting. That middle guy on the bottom, I have no clue who that dude is. I don't think I've seen him in anything. And then you've got Neil McDonough, however you pronounce his name. He's been on Captain America. He was in Arrow. He was in that Walking Tall remake with The Rock. I mean, he's in almost as much crap as Mark Shepard. So he's a pretty good actor. As far as the characters, I'm going to be honest, guys. I haven't played Resident Evil in probably 20 years.
They're so good.
They are, but I'm not really a horror fan. I'm more of a science fiction RPG guy. Now, more than likely, I'll pick it up once it comes out on Game Pass. Just because I pay $15 a month, I'm going to get my money's worth.
If Resident Evil 7 ever comes on Game Pass, check that out. That one's like probably the best in years.
Okay.
They tried to rebrand it as Biohazard, which is a Japanese title, but it's called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and it's terrific. It's such a great game.
I think the last one I played may have been 3.
Yeah, they remade that recently. It's okay. I like it.
Okay. See, I like horror movies, but I'm not really a horror game fan. Yeah, it's just not my. I don't like having the crap scared out of me when I'm trying to reload a gun. So,
Well, it does make a difference when you have the controller in your hand. Like,
right,
it's one thing if you were watching on YouTube, it's fine. But
right.
When you're the boss, it feels different, definitely.
Yeah.
Although with a lot of Resident Evil games, the longer you play them, the less scary they get because you get used to everything and you get more weapons and stuff. So, I think that's overall a good thing because it makes you feel like kind of like you're the boss, even though the game is still pretty frightening and stuff. But yeah, 7 I think is quite good.
Okay.
Then they're doing another one called Resident Evil Village. But if you look at the type setting, it actually has the Roman numeral for 8 in the word village. but they don't want to call it 8 because they want you to think that the village is the scary stuff, not the number.
Right.
So, because plus they Resident Evil series is numbered like Microsoft numbers crap. It's all over the place what they release. So
they
just call it Village. People know.
People seriously need to stop numbering stuff. They just need to give it, a title and a subtitle and just go with that. Because you just confuse people when you add the numbers. Especially like Resident Evil, Microsoft. You're like,
well, I actually have a counterpoint to that. The Resident Evil movies don't have any numbers at all, and I can tell you those things are so generic in their subtitles, you can't tell one from the other.
Now, I have watched the movies. Like I said, I'm a horror movie fan. I'm not a fan of the games. So I've seen the movies. I've seen all of them, probably at least twice a piece.
Which one is Resident Evil Apocalypse?
I have no clue.
Exactly. It's the second one. It's 2. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 2. The second one. They could have just called it 2, but no.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's generic as shit. There's like 3 of them called with it starts with a D. It's like Damnation.
Yeah.
There's Resident Evil. Was that Degeneration, which comes before Damnation? So it's just generic. It's just generic titles. Like I'm all about the numbers. If you want to give it a subtitle after the number, go for it. But if you're trying to watch it in order, it's like you have to look up a watch list online. It's just an extra step, and half those films suck.
Yeah.
So they're not unwatchable. The first one, and the third one of the live action films are the best ones.
I agree. I like the first one.
The first and third are pretty good.
Yeah, those are the 2 I remember. Resident Evil is 2002, then you've got Apocalypse, then Extinction, Afterlife, Retribution, and then the final chapter. But since they're doing a reboot now, people should really stop throwing in final in anything too, because that don't happen.
Well, and plus you have the 3 CG Japanese movies.
Yeah.
Which all have Damnation, Degeneration, and Vendetta, which are all generic titles.
I don't think I've seen the animated ones.
They're pretty good.
Of generic Resident Evil.
The Japanese ones are pretty good.
Well, most anime style stuff like that's pretty good. The one exception being the Batman Ninja or Ninja Batman.
Yeah, Batman Ninja.
That was horrible.
I didn't see that one yet.
You did not miss anything.
Huh.
That's how bad it was. I was mad the whole time.
You'll actually like the Resident Evil Vendetta, the CG movie, because it kind of feels like a Batman story.
A
little bit, except it actually more feels like a what is it? It's like, I think in my analysis I wrote that basically it's like the villain is essentially Mr. Freeze, and he's trying to turn New York into zombies because of revenge, and then but he's using a Joker style plot, so it's already Mr. Freeze friendly. But then you have Chris and Leon, and Chris is a lot like Deathstroke, and Leon's basically Red Hood, and he has to go against Talia al Ghul and Bane to get to Mr. Freeze, and that's what the last Resident Evil CG movie is like. And it's pretty okay. So I know you're in the target market for that. Those words I was barfing out, but you should see it.
I'll give it a shot.
Because you know what that means.
What's that?
If I say all those names, it's like, I can imagine that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can already picture it. I can't believe they put that in a Resident Evil movie, but okay.
Yeah, the Resident Evil games are just they're really goofy. Like they're all like kind of silly and campy in their own way. Some are legit scarier than others, but they're always been kind of campy. Like the first couple games are campy, but they managed to be good as well because they got good design and good ambiance and action and stuff, good characters. But the movies kind of follow suit. But the longer the live action series goes, the dumber it gets. It just becomes like an insult. But the Japanese movies kind of take the feel of the game, and it's pretty consistent with the game world and the characters and stuff. But it's still kind of goofy in its own way. Like Leon moves like he's like John Wick. He's all like rubbery looking and stuff when he fights. It's really weird because he wasn't really like that in the games. But whatever. But it's just a strange franchise in general. in short, not it meant to be taken for entertainment value, not for like any serious
Right. Yeah.
commentary on people. And there's like you had better zombie fiction, you have tons of better zombie fiction out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Train to Busan, the Romero films, whatever. But then you have Resident Evil, which is its own kind of weird thing over here.
Yeah.
So it's like it's sort of like Metal Gear fans, where it's like Metal Gear fans know it's kind of ludicrous. It's like same with Resident Evil. It's the same kind of thing. It's like yeah, it stinks kind of, but it rules.
Yeah. Who is it? Rain with the bikini that gives her plus 50 armor or some weird crap like that in Metal Gear.
Oh, I don't even know. I'm not a Metal Gear fan, so like I know the references, but
she's wearing like a bikini top, and it's like, oh, this is the strongest armor in the game, and you're like, okay, that makes sense for like a fantasy game, but this is Metal Gear. Come on.
Yeah, I think just to sidetrack a tiny bit, I think Metal Gear is a giant troll, like the story of it at least. Not the tech. The tech is amazing, but the story is a giant troll on gamers, and we just keep eating it up. And the powers that be just keep laughing at us, like, oh, you want more of this shit here? See how much this ludicrous crap you can take, and big gamers are like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's like, you're being played, guy. It's a joke. Yeah. That's a joke. It's a vehicle to sell the tech, which is amazing.
Right, and we all have to fall for something, right?
Yeah, I fall for shit every day.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's why I'm doing this.
As long as it makes you happy, it doesn't matter. As
long as you know you're being played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
If it's entertainment, as long as I'm happy at the end, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's my decision to put money against it. It's like I'm the guy at the end of the line.
It's entertainment, not high art.
Yeah. It certainly can be both, but not with some stuff.
Yeah. Switching up a little bit because you said better zombie fiction out there, so that put me on Robert Kirkman, right?
Walking Dead guy. Dead?
Yeah. He's got a new animated series coming out for Invincible.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that series. I've never read any. It's a huge series, I think.
It's 150 or 152 is where he ended it.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it is amazing. I love that. I love that series. I've got all the trade paperbacks except for the last one because I can never find it. I look for it every time I go to Coliseum, but it's a great series. You got a Superman level character who's a teenager, and he has none of the restrictions that Superman does. So he just acts like a teenager with Superman level powers. So it's kind of ridiculous at times, but it's really, really good. It's really drawn out. It's really well written story. And I saw the trailer for it. The artwork matches up with the comics. It looks great, and I cannot wait for it to come out. It's coming out on, I can't remember if it's Prime or Hulu. Oh, crap. Now I got to look. I forgot.
Yeah, that comic had like a name change at some point, like just for a few issues.
They did a
like a spinoff.
It's in the Invincible universe. I've got 3 of those paperbacks or trade paperbacks too. It was okay, but it didn't focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still Robert Kirkman, but actually no, it's not him. He's just the one that did the. They just based it off his idea of some of his characters, and it's from Image, so they can play around a lot as long as they get permission from the other creators in the Image line to use those characters. So Savage Dragon was in there for one. Was he? It wasn't Heroes for Hire. It's kind of like, it's basically like Heroes for Hire with Luke Cage and Iron Fist back in the day, but it's more modern take, and they've got more people and everything. Invincible's going to be on Amazon, so I don't have to pay for anything extra, thank God.
You've already got it.
I've already got it. I'm subscribed out, I'm telling you. Between Game Pass, Netflix, Prime, CBS, and what's that other one I got? Oh, Disney Plus. I was about to say I got some I'm not even watching, but yeah, we watched that. But between those, I'm subscribed out. If I go anymore, I'm going to be paying what I was paying for cable.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to limit what I get. I really want to go and get HBO, but I'm trying to hold off because
I got my brother's brother-in-law's login.
you want to share that at the end of the show?
Nope. Yeah, like I give him my Netflix login. He gives me the HBO. You know, the cost is not the same.
Yeah.
There's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah. Well, my Netflix is like $13 or $15.
Yeah, it's something like that. It went up.
Yeah, mine's included with my T-Mobile bill.
So. Yeah, you said that last time, and I told you I'm not getting T-Mobile.
And I just found out apparently T-Mobile's expanding their home internet service to Charlotte, which is $25 cheaper than the cable internet.
Hey, that's $25
a month.
50. Yeah, 20. It's $50 a month, taxes and fees included. So I'm like,
yeah, that's a significant difference.
Yeah.
So
I would pay $30.
Well, for your internet?
Yeah, and I got Spectrum.
I'm not sure what my roommate pays. He handles all the bills.
Mine's $75 a month.
That's probably about what I'm paying.
I game on mine. The girls watch TV. We're doing this on it. As long as the lightning doesn't strike again, we're good.
Wow. Sure. I want to see that deal.
I think I got it. It was for like a 2-year deal. I've only had it for, oh crap, I'm right at 2 years now. It's about to go up.
It's about to go up. Here's what you do. You call and say you want to cancel, and they'll give you a few months of extended, what can we do to make you stay?
Yeah, sometimes they'll do that. They don't always. I ended up throwing my cable boxes back to their office because they wouldn't give a extended deal. So I was like, nah, all right, I don't need it anymore. And so I have been unsubscribed from cable for 4 years now.
Yeah.
I haven't had cable in 10 years, I think.
Yeah. Mine since 2002. I cut it at 2002.
Yeah, I think mine was about 2010. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's just too much crap you don't watch. And I subscribe to. I got 4 services I subscribe to, maybe 5. I gotta remember, but it's like there's crap I don't watch on the stuff I pay for. It's like already. It's like there's no way in hell I'm gonna get a cable. No way.
Yeah.
It's hard enough.
All right, Mr. Chattis, did you watch the Lower Decks? Have you seen Lower Decks yet?
Is that the cartoon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not yet. Is that on CBS?
Yes.
I do not have CBS yet, unless they have a free trial or something. But no, I've not seen it.
I think it's a 7-day free trial.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is.
I like Star Trek. I mean, I won't call myself a Trekkie, but I like Star Trek.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Josh is the Trekkie on the show.
Yeah.
But
what do you guys think of the? I have this hot take that the animated series Star Trek that came out in the early 70s. I feel that's the real season 4, and even though like Gene said it's not, I think Gene is incorrect and it's the real season 4. What do you think about that?
I didn't really like that animated series. To be honest,
is it the real season 4 though?
I mean, the only character that they don't have in it is Chekhov, and the reason they don't is because of the budget. And since they couldn't hire him as an actor, they did hire him on the writing staff. So they were able to get everybody involved with it, but they couldn't use Walter Koenig as a voice actor because they couldn't afford the whole cast.
Huh.
But if you're not terribly annoyed by spoilers, I would like to talk about the season finale of Lower Decks.
You can go ahead.
I'm good with it. I mean, as long as spoiler alert.
Indeed.
After this point, we are talking about the final season episode.
Season finale of
season finale of Lower Decks, and then after that, we'll touch on The Boys because that's my big thing. And that last episode was. Whew.
I have not seen The Boys yet, still. So.
Yeah, it's good.
So after 18 years, this is the first on-screen appearance of the USS Titan.
Yes.
18 years.
Yeah.
They couldn't even show it at the end of the movie it was christened in. But now it finally exists in a canonical form.
Okay, but what did you think about the design?
I didn't mind the design. I thought it looked like a neat ship. It reminded me of like basically what 1990s Trek would have reimagined the Saratoga to look like.
I could see that.
Because the Saratoga had that same hump over the disc and everything else. So it didn't. The design looked pretty neat to me, and I thought the rendering of it was pretty nice. It was nice to see a non-California class ship on Star Trek Lower Decks, because most of the ships have just been carbon copies. Which Star Trek has a history of just using carbon copies of other ships. That's
right. But when they used it in TOS and all that, that was to save money.
It's still to save money. I mean, it cost money to make those models.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But for animation,
but it costs money to make animated models as well. I mean, just because you're not making it with physical parts doesn't mean it's not labor intensive.
You got to hire the artist and
I mean, there's still production costs involved. I mean, obviously, look how expensive a Pixar movie is. But, so I mean, it's just once they have those assets, they have them. So same with models. They're just easier to shoot.
I like the little tie-in of where Mariner got the contraband that you had on the ship over the course of the season.
I loved that they had the Spock space helmet from the toy that made no sense whatsoever just in the background. Like, what the hell is this?
And he put it on too.
He did. And on top of that, when they're looking at the those old scientists adventure in the bad briefing of the mission, it's the animated series version of Kirk and Spock. That was a neat little Easter egg.
Yeah.
But I did like that. It's like, man, those TOS era guys were awesome. Like, TOS, those old scientists, you know. That was a cute little. That was a cute little.
I mean, I could see Ransom saying that, but it kind of threw me off there. I was like, they are not going to say the original series.
No.
Yeah.
I do like that they kept uniforms consistently inconsistent, as Star Trek has always done.
Yeah.
Because if there is one thing that is inconsistent in Star Trek, it's what person's wearing what uniform.
Right.
I mean, if you look, so realistically, the only time that there has been a consistent uniform is season 4 and season 5 of Star Trek The Next Generation. That is the only time. Because in season 3, they did not have the budget to give all the background extras the new collared uniforms. So the background extras all still have the stripe across the top uniforms.
Right.
And what's funny is, like, in season 4, when Riker commands for them to fire on the Borg cube, the background extras are wearing the stripe across. But in season 4, in the premiere, when they actually fire the beam, they're wearing the collared uniforms.
Yeah, I did a little research on the Star Trek uniforms the other day, and I'm just like, okay, I got to like 23, 27. I'm just like, I'm done.
And not only that, I mean, if you look the uniforms that they wear on the Cerritos is basically the Star Trek Generations uniforms that got nixed during pre-production.
The jumpsuits?
No. The ones Riker was wearing is the standard issue that we saw from season 5 of Deep Space Nine onward.
Yeah.
Um,
But that's
but
close to that time frame too.
Well, I mean, the Cerritos is taking place during that time frame.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it takes place 1 year after Nemesis.
Okay.
So, but what I mean is, here, let me see if I can pull it up.
What do you think about that guy going, the Battle of the Wolf was fake?
Oh yeah, they had a
Inside job.
conspiracy nut. Yeah, that was cute.
How did he get into the Federation?
Aren't you in the military?
Yeah. I'm not a conspiracy nut.
You don't have any conspiracy nuts in your ranks?
Oh, it wasn't here. I'm not anymore. Yeah, I guess we did. Yeah, but you figured Starfleet would be a little bit better. You would think.
People are still people. People are still people. Let's see here. Okay, so it's not exactly, but so let's see if I can give you to this. Can I put it in this private chat? Is that easier?
I have no clue. I gotta mess with this some more, but to do that, I don't need to.
Did it show up on the side?
Yeah, it shows up on the side.
Yeah, so just look at that, and that was what was going to be the uniforms in Star Trek Generations before they realized, oh shoot, if we did this, we would have to recostume the entire Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Oof.
Now, Voyager had the same uniforms throughout, but those are very similar to what they wear on the Cerritos.
Yeah.
The main difference is the main difference is where the pips are placed, and
yeah.
Yeah, the main difference is where the pips are placed, and they did not make the collars a different color.
Yeah, you also got the
and the white stripe.
Yeah, the stripes on the pants where the boots connect for the Cerritos, which is kind of ridiculous, but you know, it's a cartoon, so
yeah. But I do like that. That means they never got rid of the Star Trek First Contact era uniforms, because those are my favorite Starfleet uniform. So,
okay, so what do you think about Boimler going on the Titan?
I think that's going to be interesting because so after the episodes, or after that episode anyway, Will Wheaton hosts an after show called The Ready Room.
Yeah.
And they are going to explore that. He is not going to be back on the Cerritos at the beginning of next season. So Riker will be back at least for another episode or so. So it is interesting to see where that's going to lead. And I look forward to seeing what they have in store. See who else they can bring. What got me yesterday is with Google News. Google News, you know, they kind of they use those social media algorithms to cater stories that will interest you, with like pinpoint precision. And apparently, the rumor mill has started to turn that CBS may have contacted Avery Brooks.
For what?
Cisco.
New animated?
I don't know. I
'Cause
don't know.
that was actually the next thing I was going to talk about was
So,
Prodigy.
so I did see that we're in Star Trek Prodigy. Janeway will be back. I
Yep.
mean, they kept saying Captain Janeway, but it may not be Captain Janeway. It may be Admiral Janeway, depending on where in the timeline they want to do it. I mean, could say there are 2 years from when Voyager arrives in the Alpha Quadrant to when Star Trek Nemesis happened, and she's definitely an admiral.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
I looked up what I could, and right now she is the only person listed in the cast.
Yes, she is the only announced cast member.
So there's no more speculation. There's plenty of speculation, but nobody has. Oh well,
You know what
7 of 9
the
coming back.
you know what the premise of it is, right?
No, I don't.
So Star Trek Prodigy is basically, I mean, it's a Nickelodeon show, so
Right.
it's aimed at kids and young adults. It's basically some teenagers find a derelict Starfleet starship, and I don't know if it's like something the size of the Delta Flyer. Obviously, it's probably not as big as a Voyager or anything that would require a huge manned crew.
Right.
But apparently, it's going to go in that kind of direction. They're going to go on adventures and be teenagers.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Teenagers in charge of a starship. Wonderful. Ugh.
yeah. So, but apparently, Janeway will give them advice or something.
Huh.
So that is Star Trek Prodigy.
Oh, excuse me. Uh,
Heck, they may call their ship Prodigy. Who knows?
the way. It wouldn't surprise me if they did.
I mean, how many Star Treks do we have that are not named after their ship? TOS and Next Generation.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Picard is not, but
Well, lower decks too.
yeah.
So
But
maybe
Deep
we'll
Space
get an
Nine,
upgrade.
Voyager, Enterprise. I mean,
Oh, okay. So
now that we've got like 8 series, I guess it's evened itself
yeah,
out
even
again.
it out. Yeah, it's getting kind of close now.
Yeah, but so I'm interested to see what they do with that, especially if it's something that I can get Saya to be interested in and introduce her to Star Trek. Because right
Anna
now
actually
it's
laughed at lower decks, so I don't know what's up with that.
yeah, Saya is too young for Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Lower Decks
Well,
is definitely a Family Guy audience.
yeah. Well, Anna's 14, so
Yeah,
Olivia used to like Star Trek, but she's kind of out of it. She don't even like Star Wars anymore. But she watches anime, so
still got some.
yeah. But she doesn't like Dragon Balls, and that gets on my nerves. How can you not like Dragon Ball? If it wasn't for Dragon Ball, most Americans wouldn't even know what an anime was or Naruto. You know?
I'll stick with my good old fashioned Cowboy Bebop. 22 episodes is all you needed.
Oh, shoot. Dragon Ball Super has been. Let's see. You got Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. You could count Dragon Ball Z Kai. Then you got GT, and then you got Super. Dragon Ball has been on in some form or other since 1986. So, I mean, there's been, a couple year gaps. So it's not like it's The Simpsons, but it's still up there.
Right?
When you say Goku, people are like, oh, yeah, I know who that is.
It's true.
So, yeah. The Boys. So you haven't watched it yet, right?
I have not. I have not.
I don't know if Chad has and he backed
He-
out or something.
Yeah, I think he said he only had like 40, 50 minutes, right? So
I don't know.
he may have just run out of time.
Yeah. Well, I won't do a complete spoiler, but you should definitely watch it. The season 2 finale was just freaking phenomenal.
Okay.
You got heads exploding. I'll just leave it at that at a congressional hearing.
Oh,
So, I mean, if I had that superpower, I'd be doing the same thing. But there is some comparison between a certain a senator in the show and AOC. It doesn't make fun of her. It doesn't insult her intelligence or anything like that. It's not that. I mean, it's on Hulu or it's on Prime. So, I mean, they're not going to do that because, not everybody's an asshole. Honestly, I think the woman cares about her people, but we're not doing See, look, every time it's me and you, we get into politics. We got to stay away from that. Anyway, there's comparison.
Because you literally talked about heads exploding in Congress. But
yeah, I'm sure I have. But there's a comparison between a character in the show and AOC. And then you've got the main superhero, Homelander, who is the Superman archetype, just standing around looking like a dumbass. What's going on? I mean, it's not like I'm pretty sure his head couldn't just explode.
Right.
Now, as you know, I like supervillains. Well, I like villains in general, but supervillains specifically. Okay. And Homelander has some fascist paraphernalia. He's got the golden eagles on his shoulders, and then his you remember when Superman Returns came out, they showed a close up of the suit and it was all tiny little S shields. Well, he's got the eagles on his costume in the same manner.
Oh.
So, yeah, extremely fascist. But the comparison, the thing that gets me, yes, he's a bad guy, but you could also say that you could say Billy Butcher's a bad guy too, because while I'm the type of person that will do anything to get the job done too, there are some things that Billy Butcher's a dick. He's a dick. You don't have to be a dick about it. Just do it and be done with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my philosophy. But so to take out Homelander, they use the one thing that apparently works on every superhuman Superman type character that I've ever seen. And I was really pissed off about it. What do you think they used against him? It's not kryptonite, obviously, because Homelander is human as far as I know. But what's the most unprotected part of the human body?
What, they do like a nut shot or something?
No. Think inside.
Stomach, brow, brain.
They used a sonic blast. Because your inner ear is not really protected.
Right.
So apparently that level of vibration works on every character that's like that. That pissed me off because we've seen Frenchie he freaking weaponized and made Valium into an aerosol canister to knock somebody out because that was the only way to take him out. So we go from aerosolizing. That's not a word, is it?
Go for it.
Okay.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, turning Valium into an airborne weapon to using sonic attacks on Superman. And I'm like, wow, that's not been done before. They've been so creative on how they take out the soups. And then you get to this point and you're just like, okay, I've seen this like 50,000 times. You're just going to do that. And I was pissed off. And I put that on Facebook too. Like, y'all couldn't come up with something better than that. I mean, I know you can't, threaten to kill somebody because Homelander's not really going to give a shit. But sonic attack, really? I mean, blind him, do something. I was just frustrated. I'm still kind of mad about it. All this creativity to take out a superhero, and then you're going to use a sonic attack.
I mean, not everyone got your in-depth level of
right, but it's based on a comic book. And like I said, one of the boys' characters weaponized Valium to put down a superhero, or a soup as they call them. So his next idea is to use sound. And why did it hurt Homelander more? And it didn't really affect them. And it's not like they were wearing, unless I completely missed it, it didn't look like they were wearing earpieces or anything. So,
Was it focused waves?
No, because it was a trap.
Oh.
I mean, I can understand, making it loud so he comes to the area, but then they didn't have anything else for him. I mean,
I guess I have to watch it to find out.
Yeah, that frustrated me. I don't know. But next season, we've got Jensen Ackles coming in. Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Oh, nice.
He's coming in to play a Captain America type person. But from the comics, in the comics version, he is picked on both by Homelander and by Billy Butcher. So now Jensen Ackles is a good actor. I mean, he's been in Supernatural 15 years. He was in Smallville. He was on, what was it, Days of Our Lives? He was in a soap opera. I don't know which one because I don't watch that crap. But he's a decent actor, and most of the time he was in Under the Red Hood. He was Jason Todd. So most of the time we've seen him, he's played a badass. So it's going to be at least interesting to see him play something different than, a tough guy type person. Because apparently in the comics, was it Soldier Boy, or I think that's what he's called, he gets picked on by Homelander and by Billy Butcher. So speaking of Jensen Ackles, my favorite show of all time premieres on the 15th, the series finale for Supernatural. I've been watching this show. I didn't pick it up in 2005 when it first came out. I didn't start watching until probably the third season, but I have seen every episode. I watch it every year, so I've seen it at least 12 times. I've seen at least the first season 12 times. So
how many episode seasons does it do?
It depends. It was 24, then it was 22. There was one that was 18. Then it jumped back up to 22. So they've leveled out at about 23.
Oh, okay.
So I've watched that show about as much as I've played Fallout 4.
And they did it for 15 years?
15 years.
15 seasons.
15 seasons.
Holy
the longest running CW show.
Shoot, one of the longest running scripted shows.
Yep. It outlasts the longest running show before that, I believe, was a tie between Seventh Heaven and Smallville. I could be wrong on that. It could just be Seventh Heaven. And then they beat them, and they're still going. And they were supposed to finish this. They were supposed to finish the season, before COVID hit, but production stopped and everything like that. So they're finishing it up this year, but it's still part of season 15.
Okay.
So very happy about that. Well, I'm happy the show's coming back. I'm not happy.
I've only seen a few episodes of it. I enjoyed the ones I saw.
Yeah, it's a great show. There's a huge cult following for Supernatural.
Right.
I mean, they've got a meme or a GIF for everything. Just type in Dean or Sam or even Castiel and something will pop up. Or Crowley. You know who Mark Shepard is?
I probably know by face instead of.
Did you watch Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
He was the lawyer.
Oh, okay.
He's in everything. He was in Firefly, Battlestar Galactica. He's Crowley on Supernatural. Shit, he's been in everything. But he's been off the show for a while, but I think they're bringing him back too.
Oh, okay.
They're supposed to bring everybody back, but I don't know if he's actually coming back or not.
Now, is this just for one episode, the series finale, or?
No, they've got 6 left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when COVID hit, they stopped production, and
yeah.
See,
I'm looking forward to Thursday because Thursday is the season 3 premiere of Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, and Discovery I'll watch first because Supernatural I won't actually get to watch until Friday when it comes on the CW app. So I'll watch Discovery on Thursday, and then Friday I'll watch Supernatural. Jensen's going to The Boys for season 3. I don't know if anything past that. And Jared Padalecki is going to star in a reboot of Walker, Texas Ranger. And he's like 6 inches taller than Chuck Norris, so I don't know how this is going to work out.
Doesn't have to be the same guy.
No, it doesn't. But it's going to be. I mean, he's a good actor too. He's been in 15 seasons, so this 2020 sucked. I'm not happy about Supernatural ending, but there's some good stuff coming out. We got season 3 of Discovery, last season of Supernatural. What else we got? Wonder Woman got pushed back again.
Yeah. I saw the toys for it were on clearance at Walmart the other day.
At this
Never
point,
even had a chance.
A lot of people are even wondering if it's going to come out. And Wonder Woman is one of my favorite DC movies.
I mean, it could go straight to HBO Max.
And if it does, I will have to get HBO Max.
I think Soul's going straight to Disney Plus. So
what is?
Soul, the new Pixar movie.
I haven't even heard about that.
Yeah, it's an afterlife story for a guy who just dies in an accident.
Oh yeah, wait, I did hear about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
So yeah, so I mean, it worked with. I really enjoyed Onward. So
well, I've been waiting for Black Widow since I saw her in Iron Man 2. So they need to go ahead and. I feel like they gypped Scarlett Johansson as an actress, and I feel like they gypped Natasha Romanoff as a character. But I want to see that movie. If they do like they did for Milan and put it on Disney Plus, the premium access, I'll buy that just to watch Black Widow. I'm also pissed. Oh wait, see, now we're getting into the shit where I'm mad about, because I've been waiting for What If, Winter Soldier, and the Falcon. And all this stuff's just put on hold, and I'm like, Disney, dudes, let's go.
At least we're getting Mandalorian next at the end of the month. So
yeah, is it the 31st?
I think so. I think it's right around Halloween.
Yeah, I like the
Mandalorian. It might be the 30th because I think it's a Friday.
Yeah, it is supposed to be on Fridays. You're right. Yeah,
and but now there's drama going on with that too.
You're talking about what's his name not showing up for? They already cleared that up.
Yeah, I think he's become a voice actor now instead of doing. So basically, just use the stunt double for the.
He was mad because he couldn't show his face.
Yeah, so now he just gets to be a voice actor. I guess every once in a while, in a blue moon, if he does have a face scene, they'll sub him in there once. But I mean, how often is that going to happen? Maybe once every 2 or 3 seasons.
So he took a huge pay cut.
Yeah, but he also has a lot less workers involved with it. And honestly, as long as he sounds the same, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, do I really care what his mime skills are?
Yeah, exactly. You got anything else?
No, I think I'm good for this session.
Kind of a short show, but
yeah, almost an hour. Not too bad.
Yeah, we either run short or we run long. We haven't hit an hour yet, I don't think.
We went over an hour, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We went longer or shorter. I don't think we've actually hit an hour.
Hey, this would be an hour with commercials.
Yeah. No, this would be over an hour because a scripted show is 42 minutes and we're at 48. So
yeah.
So we wouldn't have made even with commercials.
We did good. We did good.
Hopefully we'll be getting some more people. I got my buddy Robert Storms from Storm Nations and Storm Live to promote us on his show. So maybe we'll end up seeing some more people.
All right, cool.
All right, well, this has been If It Pops, It's Culture. Josh?
Live long and prosper.
Have fun in the multiverse. Good night, everybody.